Hello everyone, this is fourth lecture of Unit 1. In this lecture, I will discuss about the steady state stability of motor load system. So this is the motor load equivalent system in which we are having motor torque as Tm, which is rotating at speed omega, and the load is having counter torque as Tl. Any kind of motion system we can convert into one single motor and load system that I discussed in the last class. So from this system we can have one fundamental motion equation, that is motor torque minus load torque is equal to J d omega upon dt. Okay. So from this equation we can have three possibilities. Either Tm will be more than TL, or Tm will be equal to TL, or Tm will be less than TL. That is, motor torque can be more than load torque, or motor torque will be equal to the load torque, or motor torque will be less than the load torque. If motor torque is more than load torque, that means this quantity will be positive, because Tm minus TL, if it is positive, then Jd omega over dt will be positive, and the drive will be accelerating in a particular direction. Okay. Similarly, when Tm is less than, that is motor torque is less than load torque, in that condition the drive will be decelerating, the speed will decrease. Okay, and it will come to the rest. Then third condition, when Tm will be equal to TL, then in that case J d omega over dt will be 0. That is, acceleration will be 0. Okay, angular acceleration will be 0. So the motor will continue to run at the same speed if it were running, or it will continue to be at rest if it were not running. Okay, so that means the motor will be running at the same speed. For example, if it was running at 100 rpm, when Tm become equal to TL, then it will continue to run at 100 rpm. If it was at rest, then it will be off rest. Okay, because Tm will be equal to TL, there will be no accelerating force, so drive will not start. So equilibrium speed is very important speed, because the drive normally we supposed to run at that speed. Okay, so for that equilibrium point, we have to check whether that equilibrium point is stable or not. Okay, so any drive system we must have to check whether it is stable at that equilibrium point or not. Okay, so for example, in this point, in this example, we are having some motor torque like represented with this red curve, and we are having one load torque which is represented with this green line. Okay, so we want to check whether this point A, that is the intersection point of load torque and motor torque, we want to check whether this point is stable or not. Okay, so graphically what we do, we slightly disturb the equilibrium point speed. Okay, we will increase it, then we will decrease it, then we will check whether the drive is capable to come back to the equilibrium point A or not. Okay. First we are decreasing the speed. If for example we had decreased the speed by delta omega m, so this speed now decreased to this. Okay, so you can see, if we decrease the speed, then what will be the load torque and motor torque? So motor torque will be this Tm, load torque will be T shift. Okay, so you can see when speed is slightly decreased, the motor torque is more than the load torque. That means the drive will start accelerating, and the speed will increase, and the speed will reach again to point A, where motor torque and load torque will become equal, and it will continue to run at point A. Okay, now we'll slightly increase the speed. Say we have increased to this point. Okay, so we have to check what will be the motor torque and load torque. So you can see here that motor torque will be lesser than the load torque. Okay, if you draw a line, horizontal line from this point, you can see that the motor torque is less than the load torque. That means the drive will decelerate and the speed will decrease. Again it will reach to point A. Okay, So that means the point is an equilibrium and stable. That means the point is a stable equilibrium point. Okay. So this motor load system will be of a stable system. Okay. Similarly, we take second example. You can see here again we are having motor torque something like this, load torque graph something like this represented with this green line. Now again we are decreasing the speed. So from initially the drive was running at equilibrium point B. So we want to check whether this point B is stable or not. So what we do? We slightly decrease the speed. So we have to check the torque. So you can see that we decrease the speed, then motor torque is less than the load torque. Load torque here is more. You can see from this horizontal line, load torque is this much, motor torque is this much. So that means we decrease the speed and motor torque become less than load torque. So that one speed will further decrease. So speed will move away from the equilibrium point B. Okay. So that means first test is failed. Similarly, you can increase the speed and check for the torques. So if we increase the speed, say we increase this point, now draw a horizontal line. So we increased it. So you can see that motor torque become more than the load torque. So speed will further increase. We increase the speed and the drive speed is further increasing. That means this point B will not be a stable equilibrium point. Okay. So from speed torque characteristics of load and motor, you can determine whether the point is equilibrium point is stable or not. This is very important concept. You may find some question in many competitive exams, including GATE exam. You will find a lot of question asked based on this concept. So this is very simple concept. You have to slightly decrease the speed and check for the load and motor torque. Similarly, you increase the speed and check for the motor load torque. Okay. If the speed come back to the equilibrium point, then it is a stable point. It does not come back to the equilibrium point, it is not a stable point. Okay. So mathematically how we can prove it? What will be the relationship? Sometimes questions are asked based on the mathematical torque equation given for the motor and load. So in that situation what we will do? So basic equation is motor torque is equal to load torque plus Z d omega m over dt. Okay, T minus TL is equal to Z d omega over dt. So what we'll do, we will slightly increase the motor torque, slightly increase the load torque and slightly increase the speed. Okay. So we will check the effect of that. So in this equation, if we replace T plus Tm to this, T plus TL to this, we can see Tm plus delta Tm. Okay. Slightly we increase the motor torque. Similarly, TL plus delta TL, then J omega plus delta omega. Okay. So this point we can write like this. So this motor torque we taken this side. So TL plus delta TL minus Tm minus delta Tm, and this is J omega plus delta omega. So d omega over dt plus d delta omega over dt. We can write equation like this. Okay. But at the steady state point or equilibrium point, the TL minus Tm plus J omega over dt, this will be 0. Okay, at a steady state point, at a steady state operation, this basic equation, this holds true. So Tm minus TL minus J, this is equal to 0. Okay, so what we are having with us, J d delta omega over dt plus delta TL minus delta Tm is equal to 0. Okay. So in the above equation, it is interpreted as a torque equation in which all quantities are expressed in terms of their deviation from the equilibrium values. Okay, so you can see every point, every terms we are having some deviation. If we assume that these increments are so small that they may be expressed as linear functions of change in speed. Okay, so delta Tm we can write as dTm over d omega times delta omega. Similarly, DTL we can write the slope at that point into change of speed. Okay. Similarly, motor torque, change in motor torque we can express as slope of motor torque multiplied by change in speed. Okay. So substituting in this we will get this equation. You can see here. So this is first order differential equation in delta omega. Okay. And the solution of this equation will be delta omega will be equal to delta omega 0, that is initial change in speed, e to the power minus 1 over j dtl upon d omega minus dtm upon d omega times t. Okay. So this was first order differential equation, and the general solution we are having like this. So these all terms are on exponent of e. Okay. The quantity delta omega 0 is the initial value of the deviation in speed. Okay. So in order to make this terms to be 0, change in speed we want to make it 0 when time is tending to infinity. Okay, because we do not want oscillation, we want final speed, something final speed. Okay, so as t approaches to infinity, we want this term to be 0. So for that this term must be positive. Okay, because j is positive, time is positive. If this term is positive, so e to the power minus some, if this term tends to infinity, so e to the power minus infinity will be 0. So some 0 multiplied by del omega 0 will be 0 in that case. So the condition is that dtl upon d omega minus dtm upon d omega must be greater than 0, must be positive number. Okay. So then only the system will be stable system. Otherwise delta omega will be very high as time is increases. So the drive will not be a stable drive system. Okay. So from this example you can check by yourself which point. There are 8 points, 7 points rather given in this example. You can check it, which point is stable, which point is not stable, and which point we cannot determine. Okay, so you can check by yourself. It's just like home assignment for you. Now we are having one example. This is from Basic Electrical Drives book of GK Pillai. We are having a motor that is suitable to control the circuit develops a torque given by the relationship Tm is equal to the motor torque is given by this, where A and B are positive constant. Load torque is given by this, where C and D are positive constant. Moment of inertia is J. We have to determine the relationship among these constants in order that the motor can start together with the load and have an equilibrium operating speed. We have to calculate that speed. We have to check whether the drive is stable or not. We have to check for initial acceleration. Then we have to check for maximum acceleration of the drive. Okay. So in stability you will find some mathematical type of problem or some graphical representation. Graphical that I explained in previous example. Now I'll explain about the mathematical expressions. Okay. So we have to check at omega is equal to 0, motor torque will be B, load torque will be D. Okay. So you can see, so at omega is equal to 0, motor torque is B, load torque is D. So to motor start, motor torque must be greater than load torque. Then only the motor will accelerate. Okay. Otherwise, it will not start. Okay. If it is equal to the load torque, then it will not start. If motor torque is less than load torque, then it will not start. So that means B must be greater than D. Tm must be greater than TL. Okay. Then the motor will accelerate. Then we have to check for the equilibrium point. At the equilibrium point, motor torque will be equal to, so this is the first condition, B must be greater than D. At equilibrium point, motor torque, load torque will be equal. So motor torque was A omega plus B, load torque is C omega square plus D. Okay, so this is second order, this is quadratic equation in omega. We can solve it. Omega will be A plus minus a square plus 4c b minus d upon 2c. Okay, you can solve it. This is quadratic equation in omega. So for real solutions, this quantity must be greater than 0, that is a square plus 4c b minus d must be greater than 0. Now there will be two speeds, there will be two solutions, we have to check one by one. Okay, so first we have to take, so b is greater than d, already we proved in here. So this is positive number, a square is a positive number, so this term is positive actually. Okay, so we are having two finite speeds. Now we have to check which speed is positive and which speed is negative. Okay, so first we have to check for minus sign before the radical will give a positive. So if we are taking this positive, so a is positive, every coefficients are positive. So a is positive, this is positive, c is positive. So for positive sign here, the speed is positive. Okay. Now we have to check for negative sign. So for negative sign, this speed, this speed will be positive only if a is greater than a upon 2c. You can see a upon 2c is greater than square root of a square plus 4c b minus d upon 2c. Okay, so from this expression you can check it. A square, now whole square both sides, since 2c is non-zero number we can cancel it out from these two sides. Now a square is greater than a square plus 4c b minus d. Now simplify it, 4c b minus d must be negative. Okay, from this relation we are getting this, but this is not possible because b is greater than d. Okay, so this number is positive, c is a positive number, so left hand side is a positive quantity but right hand side it is less than 0. Okay, so that means this is not true, so we are not having any solution for this negative uh, sign. Okay, so we have to take positive sign, and the positive sign before that only will give a positive finite equilibrium speed. Okay, if this number is positive. Now what will be that? What will be that equilibrium speed? You can find a plus a square plus 4c b minus d upon 2c. Okay, from this we will find a plus, positive sign we are taking only, so a plus square root a square plus 4c b minus d upon 2c. Okay, that will be the equilibrium speed. Now third question, it was whether type is stable at this speed or not. So we have to check for the slopes. Okay, so load torque slope with respect to speed must be greater than motor torque slope with respect to speed. Okay, so now we'll differentiate load torque with respect to omega. We got 2c omega. We differentiate omega torque with respect to omega. We got a. Okay, now for stable equilibrium point, this relationship must be holds true. So that means 2c omega must be greater than a. Okay, now equilibrium speed was 2c omega is equal to a plus this one. So 2c omega we can substitute a plus square root a square plus 4c times d minus d. Okay, now equate these two. So you can see here, so 2c omega we got this, so this number you can see 2c omega, that is here, 2c omega is always greater than a. Okay, so this number is always greater than a because this is positive, we are adding some positive number to a, that means it will be greater than a, hence the equilibrium operating speed is a stable point. Okay, because from mathematics we found that the load torque slope is greater than motor torque slope. We got this relationship, 2c omega greater than a, we substituted 2c omega is equal to a plus square root a square plus 4c b minus d, and we found that left hand side is always greater than right hand side, which means this relationship is true. So it is a stable equilibrium point. Okay, now next point, what was next question? Next part was you have to determine the initial acceleration of the drive. So coming to the acceleration or deceleration we can find from this. This is the angular acceleration, that is Tm minus TL. So initially Tm was B, when speed was 0, motor torque was B and load torque was D. Okay, so we can substitute here B minus D upon J. That will be the initial acceleration, that is when speed was 0, when drive was at rest, the acceleration we found is B minus D upon J. Okay. Similarly, in the last part, determine the maximum acceleration of the drive. We again have to substitute motor and load torque. So motor torque is A omega minus C omega square. Load torque B minus D. We can substitute from that. Okay. Now, so acceleration d omega over dt we have to divide by J. Okay. Now for maximum quantity of something we have to differentiate it. We want to find at what omega the A will be angular acceleration will be maximum. So dA over d omega we have to substitute 0. Then we have to solve for omega. Then we have to substitute in this expression. We will get the maximum acceleration point. Okay. So this is simple mathematics. You can see here. Differentiate it. We are getting this. Then omega we got A upon 2c. Now substitute omega is equal to A upon 2c in this expression. We will get the maximum value of angular acceleration. Okay. Thank you.